This is a reminder of your 47th annual 8th Air Force Historical Society reunion in Savannah, Georgia. Come back to see us and your museum. The end of October marked the 47th annual 8th Air Force Historical Society reunion in Savannah, Georgia, where individuals came from near and far, 300 strong. Some traveled by plane, where some made it into a road trip. The Marriott Savannah Riverfront Hotel was chosen as the host hotel, and Savannah is known for its southern hospitality and charm. Wednesday, October 27th, consisted of reunion registration. Shown at registration are Wes and Shirley Wesselhoff of Ruston, Louisiana, Jerry Ogle and son Sean Ashbury of Prairie, Texas, 487th Bomb Group, Travis and Ginny Chapin of Bowling Green, Ohio, 389th Bomb Group. Thursday, October 28th, started a full day's slate of meetings and activities. Breakfast was followed by reunion registration and the Other Savannah Tour, which is available for those that were interested. The afternoon started with the Learn from the Past, Journey to the Future presentation with UK speaker Emily Charles, curator at the American Air Museum in Cambridge, UK. The museum is constantly on the lookout for new stories to be added. 2022 is the 80th year the 8th started arriving in England. Hattie Hearn spoke on the 1,000 Days with the 8th. She is a PhD candidate at the University of East Anglia in Norwich, UK. One snippet of her talk was discovering that one of the youngest enlistees was a 14-year-old in the 44th Bomb Group. Jeff Hawley, the Air Force Historical UK representative, spoke about looking forward to growing the library and anticipated getting the message to schools and possibly having the students themselves visit air bases. Tracy Haylock spoke on the Faces of Cambridge, a project at the American Cemetery. May 2016, they came up with the idea to have a face for everyone in the cemetery. 2,000 people attended the opening ceremony. The next program available was Honoring Their Service by Gary Webb. His introduction began by highlighting steps leading to his interest in collecting military memorabilia. As a child, he told his mom for Christmas just to give him anything green or khaki. His museum is located in Savannah, Georgia. During the day, World War II veteran Alfred Ducey took the time to recall a war experience after a bomb run.
The mask became blue. It just dropped out, And during that process, and I blacked out, and I passed out. After the bombing run is completed, the pilot requests everybody to report in to make sure nobody get wounded. So during the process, I was the only one that didn't call in. So the pilot looked around, the co-pilot rather, looked around, and he saw me laying on the floor. And what happened is I had a lack of oxygen. The co-pilot came down. He ripped off my oxygen mask, put the oxygen hose on, put it on full rich. At that time, I was turning blue. Now, when you turn blue, I think you're almost dead, So all of a sudden, my color started coming back after I had the oxygen. And he said, so his name was Ed Lakomsky, he was the co-pilot, and he saved my life.
Thursday's busy day concluded with a buffet dinner and program, The 8th Beyond the Legacy, by speaker Lieutenant Colonel Steve Bolton, Garrison Commander, Hunter Army Airfield. Friday, October 29th, brought reunion participants to the National Museum of the Mighty 8th. Visitors were greeted by museum personnel and by volunteers. Museum CEO Scott Lair welcomed attendees to the museum and explained activities and programs for the day. Some of the World War II veterans, family, and friends took a moment from their tour. Featured here are Staff Sergeant Edward Zesch, Julie O'Connor, Linda Manhart, and Gloria and Steve Beck from St. Michel, Minnesota, Bud Hideki, Michael Hideki, and Callie Boatwright from St. Louis, Missouri, William Yepes, Kevin and Victoria Yepes Taylor from Tampa, Florida, Ted Kirkpatrick and son Scott Kirkpatrick from Spring, Texas, William Hennessy and Barbara Macronis of Staten Island, New York, and Alfred Ducey and Anita Mayhew of North Andover, Massachusetts. During the tour of the museum, some stopped at the Mission Experience to view the 3 theaters. One of these viewings is Mission Briefings. Upstairs is the Roger A. Freeman Research Center and John H. Woolnough Library, where visitors had the opportunity to do research with the help of staff and volunteers. The Art Gallery provided a great backdrop for a midday lunch. Upstairs in the High Wycombe Room, a hospitality area was provided where morning and afternoon assortments of homemade baked goods were prepared for everyone's enjoyment. During the day, Dr. Tim Moore gave a demonstration on the workings of the Norden bomb sight system to reunion visitors, with Dr. Martin Raber, World War II B-17 bombardier, doing demonstrations based on his past bomb run experiences. Krista Moore made it a point on Friday to go out to the Memorial Garden to visit the 398th Memorial, where her husband, Cecil Tex Moore, was present at the memorial's dedication. Yvonne Caputo and Kirk Walters from Pennsburg, Pennsylvania, took the opportunity to view the monument for the 467th Bomb Group, of which her father flew. Reenactors Ted Johnson with the Florida Flyboys posed with World War II veteran Richard Zesch and John W. McCaskill of the Allied Airmen Preservation Society Tuskegee Airmen. Linda Walter from Troy, Alabama, has now attended 14 reunions and took the opportunity to have her picture taken overlooking the 486 Bomb Group banner of her father, Edwin David Walter. Additional families also paid tribute and honored their family service. Shown are Sarah and John Grievous, honoring their father, First Lieutenant Donald C. Allen, 458th Bomb Group. Heritage League members and Executive Committee. The Morrison family from Bathgate, North Dakota, represented the 398th Bomb Group. Jane Bowen, Bonnie Turner, John Turner, Barbara and John Weil, also of the 398th Bomb Group. Paul Dell, flight engineer with the 388th Bomb Group, Paul Dell Jr., and James Morrow. Friday's events at the museum concluded with a moderated question and answer session. Veterans included Max Minier, William L. Roche, Dr. Martin Raber, Ted Kirkpatrick, and Bud Hideki. Saturday, October 30th, began with registration, a general membership meeting, along with a historic Savannah City tour, which was also available. The evening of the reunion concluded with a gala dinner and program. Shown is the Birthplace Chapter Board member table, who also volunteered and staffed the hospitality room. 3 reunion posters, designed by Andy Stegmeyer of the Birthplace Chapter, were given away by ticket drawing to these lucky winners. Elaine Balsley of New Vienna, Ohio, representing the 447th Bomb Group, Jane Walters of Louisville, Kentucky, also representing the 447th Bomb Group, and Barry Lewis from Mobile, Alabama, represented the 398th Bomb Group. We would like to extend our profound appreciation for all the World War II veterans who were in attendance. It is they that represent the greatest generation. Bud Hideki will now close out our video.
I'll be seeing you on all the missions that we flew, and also with our good old crew, the whole day through. Enemy fighters and flak, the sound of loud ack-ack, and lucky we got back to our ground crew on that day we flew. I'll be seeing you on all those fields of green in your sleek flying machine, oh, the one called Mighty Queen. I'm gonna look for you in skies of blue, and when your flights are through, I'll be seeing you in my dreams, and I'll be missing you.
Every good thing must draw to a close. So does the Historical Society's 47th AFHS convention. New friends were made, old ones were reunited, and a good time was had by all. See you next year in Washington, D.C. at the Gateway Marriott, Arlington, Virginia, during the week of October 19th to the 23rd.